watching Sway.
Sway?
Sway.
In the morning?
In the morning.
Only on Shade 45. Y'all better tune in or these guys is coming at you.
Turn it up.
So that's why I think it's going to be really fun for the kids.
I love her voice,
Yeah.
Heather. Heather, can you do the honors?
What can I say? Wow. I sit home on Saturdays and any day that I'm off and after I get home from work and I just watch. I binge watch this woman. And I don't know why, because half the time I can't really make anything that she's making in her kitchen. She makes it look so nice and easy. But when I attempt to go downstairs with my little cheap pots and knives, I can't quite do it like how she does it. Born in Rome, Italy, where Sway is going next week.
Lucky man.
Yes, I am.
He just came back from Milan, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Buongiorno.
Rough life you got there. Sway.
Yeah. I'm just
Wow.
trying. Go ahead, Heather. Go ahead.
Okay,
It's a big intro here.
Her daughter is cute. Her house is beautiful. I want to come visit one day. I promise to bring like my whole ghetto punch over to your house and mix it with Italian. I figure we'll do the Jersey meets Italy thing one day. It's the one and only Giada de Laurentiis.
Yes. Buongiorno.
Wow. Very good. Bravo.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Prego.
Here we go.
So here we go.
Ain't gonna be able to turn it off now.
You can do it too. Don't you worry.
Yes. Happy cooking. Make every meal count. This is your latest cookbook.
It is my latest, my eighth. My eighth baby, as I call it.
Your eighth
Wow.
baby.
Yes.
Yes. What's been your bestseller so far? How many? What's good for you?
Usually my bestseller is my first,
Uh-huh.
Everyday Italian, and my latest.
And your latest.
Which would be, well, we don't know yet. It just came out yesterday. But usually it's the first and the last.
And the last.
And everything in between gets forgotten, you know?
Okay.
I want to, you know what, it's funny because I don't want to sound like a big stalker or anything like that, but it feels like for us that watch you at home, like you're in your house just coming downstairs and you get to sort of, that's your playtime. You get to like do what you love every single day. Has it ever gotten to the point where you're just like, I'm sick of this? Because I hate cook. Like I'm a home cook. I'm not a chef. But sometimes I'm like, wow, I would love to be invited to somebody's house and not cook, and not have to bring anything.
So you're always the cook, meaning in your group of friends and family, you are the
and it's
resident
always
chef.
at my house.
Right.
Yeah, and it's always at my house too.
Right.
I just want to be invited sometimes. Do you ever get that feeling, even though you love what you do you just want to be invited?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Of course I do.
Yeah.
And I think the way that I convince people to do that is by telling them I'll bring something. I'll bring anything. I'll bring any dish you want. But have me over.
Yeah.
Have me over. And I do have some friends who are not shy about having me over, but most of them it just stresses them out.
Yeah, it's
it just
intimidating.
does. It just stresses. But honestly, I don't critique a lot of times. I mean, unless they really ask me for an honest critique, I might. But for the most part, I go with it.
You go with it.
Yeah, I go with it. Of course, it's such a treat.
So, do you specialize in anything in particular? What would you say your
Well, it's Italian food.
Italian food?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't do the.
I don't do Chinese.
You don't do Chinese.
Not so much.
Not so much. So
I love Chinese, but I let the pros do the Chinese.
Okay, you don't fry no chicken or nothing like that?
I fry some chicken.
You fry some
we
chicken?
fry chicken in Italy.
Italians, yeah, I know.
Yeah, we just fry it a little differently. Like I make an olive oil and lemon juice sort of mix that I let it sit in overnight, and then I lightly just dust it with some flour and then deep fry. So I don't do the whole breading. I don't do the eggs, the flour, the breadcrumbs. We just lightly dust it the way we do calamari.
Okay.
Same idea.
So
same
you
idea.
You de-ghettofied it.
We
Shut up, Sway.
So, but you know what? One thing I noticed.
I don't know if that's actually the case, to be honest.
Well, true, because I've been in Italy. Y'all got ghettos too.
Wow.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We all got them.
Y'all got women with nice derrieres.
Do we?
That's just different. That's just something else.
Oh, well,
somewhere.
you know what? I should pay more attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What made me notice, well,
know.
let me tell you what made me notice is Kelly went to Milan with me and we were eating I haven't been the biggest Italian food eater.
Okay.
Heather tell you that.
Yeah, he doesn't do pasta very well. He hasn't been a fan.
Okay, meaning he doesn't really like it.
But in Italy,
Go figure.
pasta is a whole nother world.
Heck yeah.
In Italy. It tastes different. It even looks different.
Yeah.
And one of the things I noticed when I was noticing the derrieres is that.
Did you put a plate on those Derriers?
Yeah, I tried
of pasta
to. Yeah,
see if it
were-
would sit there or
No,
not? How does that work?
They weren't paying attention to me. But there weren't a whole lot of overweight people for people who eat so much. Why is that?
Because the pasta is not the issue. It's the amount of food that we consume in this country. At the end of the day, this country was built on people coming over here looking for a better life. What does a better life usually entail for a lot of people? A part of it, more food. So for Italians who came over here, they wanted to be able to show everybody that they could afford meat. They could make meatballs that were bigger than their heads because that shows wealth and success. And that is where this wanting for giant portions of food, all you can eat, that has now become part of our culture came from. And that is not just Italians. It's across the board. We all come from different places. There's very few of us who actually come from here. But all of our ancestors came here looking for something better. And something better for a lot of people means more of everything.
More food, yeah.
More food, more alcohol, more sex, more everything.
Yeah, you threw sex in there.
Yeah, well,
Italians.
It's part of our culture, is
you
it
guys,
not?
Lovers, boy. I swear, it was lovers everywhere.
You felt romantic over
We're
there?
hot-blooded people.
You are. I was like watching like senior citizen couples everywhere just making out.
Holding
Well, what's
hands.
wrong with that?
Nothing. You just don't
More
see that.
love to throw around. Isn't that
Yeah.
what this life's about?
Damn, are you married?
No. I was.
She was married.
I
Her
was
husband-
married for a really long
Long
time.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
okay.
husband has been on the show, and your daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're single?
Damn, so you-
Sort of.
Sort of. Okay.
Sort of.
Hey man, we all
Kind of.
Yo,
Maybe
Rich,
a little bit.
Rich Nice
Maybe
is
not.
sort of single too.
She got black dudes hollering at her. Welcome to the show. She like, damn, what show did I just walk into?
Yeah, I know. Looking for a chef to cook for you.
It's
888.
popping in here.
I just came from Wendy Williams, so I think I
Oh,
got it
that's
all
our
over
sister.
here.
That's our
She
sister.
had me. She had me for breakfast.
That's our
So it's
sister
all
right
good.
there,
It's all good.
Wendy.
I'm ready.
Love
ready.
for Wendy. All right, 888-742-3345. We're going to open up the phone line. Sway in the morning. Shay 45. Giada's here. You know her from the Food Network. She
Yes.
got the book Happy Cook and Make Every Meal Count. It's out right now.
Yeah, it is.
De Laurentiis. Did I
Yeah.
say that correctly?
Giada.
Did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Laurentiis.
impressed by your Italian.
You know,
Oh,
Italian
gosh.
requires, you got to be flexible with the tongue. You know what I mean? And then what,
Very true. Very true.
No, seriously. In America, the way our language, especially if you come from a West Coast dialect like I have, I'm from Oakland, so
Okay.
you know we don't use certain tongue muscles. So when you try to learn a different language,
He's right though.
you can't roll your tongue as much.
You got to be able to roll. And
Right.
a lot of Latin-based languages, if you can't roll, you can't speak it. It just
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Yeah, you roll well.
I roll well. Yeah.
Is that a
I'm
flirt?
West Coast too, but I also speak, Italian,
You speak
little
Italian?
French, Spanish.
Spanish. Do you always enjoy cooking?
I always enjoy cooking. Now, when I'm cooking on camera, it's different
It's
story
different. Okay.
than when I'm cooking by myself for my
Right.
family or for my daughter or for myself. That's I can zen out, I can chill, I can sort of be in my own space and in my own head. But when you're on camera, you gotta do a song and dance. You're like a clown or a pony. You're doing a dog and pony show, and you're also explaining what you're doing. And you're hoping it doesn't burn, and you're hoping it looks like what you hope it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on, and so it's a bit overwhelming. So yes, I love what I do. Cooking it for myself or my family is a completely different experience.
Yeah. How do you balance? I was watching Being Mary Jane last night, and this the woman who plays her producer.
I don't know. Her
You know
name.
her name, Kelly, the woman that plays Mary Jane's producer on Being Mary Jane.
Oh, the Spanish lady.
Yeah. Well, here's what her dilemma was. She's a producer for a TV show. She has kids. Then she's single, but she's looking for love, and it's all these different aspects of her life that she was being overwhelmed by, and she was like, I feel like I can't have them all. I gotta let one go. How do you balance your time?
Well, when I got divorced, I let one go, basically, and I spent a year and a half just focusing on work and my daughter. And that's sort of where this happy cooking comes from, is just sort of revisiting, why did I get into what I'm doing in the first place? You get lost in the shuffle of life. and you forget what anything means anymore to you. And so I did. I just let it go for a while. Yep. And then once I let it go for a while, I kind of settled in and felt like, okay, this is good. I'm having a good time. And all of a sudden, then maybe you meet somebody.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start to figure out, okay, I know I got that other stuff down.
Yeah. Now
let's see how this can kind of fit in. And also, you have to find somebody who understands your lifestyle, not someone who expects you to be at home, 24/7. Because that won't work for me. Okay. So that's kind of how it worked in. But yes, I let it go for a while, and I think we have to just chill out on it.
Got to chill out, right?
Are we only defined by finding somebody to be with us?
Not at all.
But I think that our society thinks that. My daughter said to me, "Mommy, she said, Daddy has a girlfriend and you don't have anybody? What are you doing wrong?"
Yeah.
And I thought, oh God. So that's sort of how we, that's how we kind of grow up in this society. I think like we should feel good as women to do whatever it is we want to do.
Totally.
And if it means no man for a while, so what?
So what?
Yeah.
So what?
You know what? On that subject, I'm wondering because we see actresses in Hollywood and they'll talk about how there's sexism in the industry. We see female singers and rappers and talk about how there's sexism in the music industry. Is there any of that in the cooking world?
Hell yeah. Of
Really?
course there is. Of course there is. And you know what? I knew it for a long time, but I really lived it when I opened my restaurant in Vegas. It was my very first on the Strip, and the only single white female branded chef restaurant on that strip. And they're all men. Up and down that strip, it's all men.
Wow.
It's funny because most people come to Vegas to gamble or to see women, right? But not as cooks. And so when I opened it, I realized, wow, is there major, major issues here? And not because anybody made them. Not because it's nobody's fault. I'm not, you know what I mean? There's no blame to be made other than that's just society. And I think that from a very early time, we weren't allowed to vote, and somehow that changed stuff, even though we are now.
Right.
But I think we're making progress. And
Absolutely.
I think little by little, each one of us will make our, make our mark, and it'll all be good.
Well, you're already making your
all
mark.
good. It's all good.
Giada is here. We got Tiffany on the line
Hey,
from San
Tiffany.
Fran. What up, Tiff?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Tiff.
Hey, you guys are the best part of my morning driving to work. I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm going to continue that feeling. I want to give you some advice. There's a new cookbook called Happy Cooking. Make Every Meal Count. It's out today.
And the recipes are really easy, Tiffany. Tracy and I were going through the recipes because Tracy was trying to get some advice, and I was telling her after looking at Giada's recipes, they are really simple and they're not too expensive. Like that's the main thing too. You can spend a lot of money trying to make a meal and then burn it.
Oh yeah, burn it. Yes, that's so true.
Just like Heather B said, like when I have some free time, 90% of the time what's on TV is cooking shows. I've applied twice for the Cooking Network star. But I just wanted to say, Giada, that I was really sad to hear about your divorce, not to focus on it, but I'm really, really happy to hear that you sound so good, and just what you said about, you got to take what, focus on what you're going to focus on and what's going to make you happy. And so I'm happy to hear that you're sounding so great and chipper like you always do.
Aw, thank you, Tiffany.
Oh, wow. Giada, I want to thank you for coming by the show today. This is really a treat for us.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully next time I'll bring you a bowl of pasta. We'll change it for you. We'll change your perspective on pasta, other than in Italy.
Do that, because I need that. I need that in my life, okay? And you guys make sure you pick up the book, Happy Cooking, Make Every Meal Count without stressing out. That's very important,
That's
okay?
the main part.
No stress, folks.
All
No
right.
stress.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45. Kilo.